I put my boys to bed at night and we do our exercises and then we read a story. And then as they're drifting off to sleep, I just start talking about all the things that we're grateful for. Right. Grateful to live in a city that's safe. We're grateful for our teachers. We're grateful for as they kind of drift off to bed.
That is so beautiful that you do that with your kids.
Just trying to stick these little ideas in there, and then they're starting to get curious and have questions. And again, I'm still learning these processes.
But and I met your boys as I was coming in, and they are so lit up. They are so positive. You can feel that positive energy in your children. So kudos to you there.
They're amazing, man. They're really just incredible, and they're absorbing everything constantly. So they're going to watch all of my stuff at least someday, I guess. So, so circle of love and compassion, happiness and gratitude, peace through forgiveness, such an important part. I mean, I just walked you through our studio, and I showed you this movie I made called Reconnect, where I went and did ayahuasca ceremonies in Costa Rica. But a lot of people don't realize is that it's the integration process that can be very hard. And it took us 18 months to make the movie because I had to come back and then try to integrate what I was trying to figure out. And I ended up going back to San Diego and interviewing both my mom and dad and asking them about their divorce when I was 7. And it was a really intense process. And in that way, I kind of learned not only to forgive Vishen, but also to really understand what was going on. A lot of times our traumas are built because we thought something was wrong done to us. But I actually met my mom and dad, 2 individuals that were going through a challenging time in their own lives. And they were making the best decision for them. And funny enough, when I interviewed them, I realized that if they hadn't made those decisions, I wouldn't be the person I am today. And so I walked away from that with the forgiveness, and now I don't look at that as something bad that happened. I look at it as something empowering that happened. And
that's beautiful. That is such a beautiful story.
And it now no longer hangs me up. And so I try to think about this, but I like this idea of chipping away at that forgiveness because some people will need 30, 60, 90 days to try to move things, but it's a great way to kind of to get people to start on that. And so then it's vision for the future, mastering your day, and then the blessing.
Exactly.
And so the vision of the future is you just projecting and believing and knowing that's going to happen. Mastering the day is really knowing everything you're going to do in that day.
Well, vision for the future is, Bill Gates said, right? Well, it's often attributed to Bill Gates, but nobody knows who exactly said this phrase. But someone once said, we overestimate what we can do in 1 year, and we underestimate what we can do in 3. So I like to take 3 years as that marker. However you think your life is going to be in 3 years, odds are you're underestimating yourself. And so stretch whatever you think that vision is, and pick an aspect of that vision. And it could be the house you want to live in. It could be the type of relationship you want to have. It could be your kids, 3 years older than they are now, and the connection you have with them. It could be the peak body that you want to be in. It could be the success of your show. Pick an aspect of it, and for around 3 or 4 minutes, just visualize what would my project, my company, what would my love life look like 3 years from now? What would my body look like 3 years from now? And as you do that, you see it on a giant mental screen. So Jose Silva, who pioneered creative visualization in the 1970s, he said, you want to imagine there's a giant television screen in front of you. It should be at least 6 feet out, and it should be about 20 degrees above the line of horizon. Now, why 20 degrees? Studies show that if you raise your eyeballs 20 degrees, you activate alpha waves. Okay, so this seems to work better when we're at the alpha level of mind. It's a brainwave frequency that anyone can measure. There are many devices right now, such as the Muse headband, that can measure if you're on the alpha level. So, but you know, some people worry if they're there. Don't worry. As long as you feel relaxed, you're at alpha. So you see the giant television screen, and on it, you project a vivid vision of that final outcome. And you want to make sure that it's in full color. You want to make sure that all your senses are being activated. You're not just seeing that dream office or that dream love life. You're feeling that person holding your hand as you walk through the park. You're feeling kissing that woman on the cheek. You are feeling yourself running your fingers through her hair. You are sensing the smell of her perfume, the touch of her skin. You're bringing in all the senses. You're hearing the sounds of the birds chirping as you walk through that park. You're feeling the grass under your feet or the wind blowing on your hair. As you kiss her, you might taste her lips. Notice all 5 senses brought in. And the more vivid you get, the more you start to believe it's possible. Now, some people say you're manifesting. Maybe, We're not talking about law of attraction here, but the fact is when your brain starts believing that that's possible, your subconscious starts expecting it. And when your subconscious starts expecting it, your faith in yourself goes up. And so the next time you are with your partner, you're going to be a little bit more confident. You're going to remember that vision, and you're going to start acting these things out. If you visualize your company being successful, that when you get to work on that day, you're going to start acting those things out. It's as if you have programmed your brain like a hypnotist to believe a new possibility. But remember, our beliefs become our reality. Remember the story I shared of Dr. J.B. Mosley, who showed that if a patient believes they've been cured of arthritis of the knee, the arthritis disappears. The same thing happens. If you believe you're going to be successful, your odds of becoming successful go up. If you believe you're going to find the love of your life, you are more confident when you go out on a date. You are more charismatic. If you believe that you're going to have a great relationship with your child, you will be taking better actions when you connect with your child. So it's all about the power of belief and faith.
Right.
And that's stage 4.
And that also stops you from the self-sabotaging,
Right.
which is kind of what probably everybody does it on a subconscious level without ever knowing about it.
Right.
So it's one thing to reinforce the positive, but also just to stop the probably maybe even hundreds of self-sabotaging acts we do every single day without even knowing it. The thoughts in our brain, oh, you can't do that, that kind of thing. So all that counteracts it and pushes you towards that future.
Absolutely. But here's a really interesting thing. So studies are beginning to show that you can apply the same technique for 2 really interesting tools. One tool is rewiring bad habits, and the other tool is healing. So Dr. O. Kyle Simonton did a study on the Silva method. He was a cancer research pioneer. And in this study, they analyzed, they took close to 200 to 300, I believe the number was 259 patients who were unfortunately going through terminal cancer and had been given 12.4 months to live. And these patients had to apply this technique, visualizing their cancer disappearing. Now, in that study, they found that roughly 13 patients went through full remission. That means the cancer disappeared. Now, this is 13 out of around 250, right? So it's not that many, but it's still pretty significant. 17 saw their cancer start to diminish, started going into remission. And the overall survival time for this entire pool of patients went from 12.4 months to 24 months. The survival time doubled. Now, did everyone heal cancer? No. But there was enough that saw the cancer disappear. The overall survival time doubled. Enough evidence to show that even in diseases like cancer, there is a mental aspect to it. And creative visualization can, in some cases, with the help of your doctor and with modern medicine, help accelerate healing.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim, watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. Hey, it's Brian Rose, founder of the DeFi Academy. I've told you my 4-week crypto bootcamp is amazing, but don't take my word for it. This is what my students are saying.
The DeFi Academy was an amazing experience for me. It took me totally out of my comfort zone.
In this course, I was challenged, I was held accountable, and pushed to do things that honestly weren't always easy.
It's been phenomenal, and I can't believe we're already up on our 4 weeks. It has flown by.
Going through this DeFi accelerator by far was one of the best courses I've taken.
You do this course, you really get into the nitty-gritty of the activities that will make you comfortable with decentralized finance.
Thank you so much to Brian and everyone at London Real and the DeFi Academy for even putting together an amazing course like this.
Anybody else that wants to do it, please sign up. It is well worth the money.